According to the great Sufi Sheikh Ibn Arabi, there are 3 levels of knowledge. The first level is that of intellectual knowledge that we obtain from books and study, from learning, from being taught. The second level of knowledge is that of states or occult knowledge. And the third level of knowledge is that which lies beyond perception. Now it's said that the first state, of course, logically is sought after by the intellectuals and the scholars and the academics. And the second level is sought by those experimentalists or emotionalists who attain to magic knowledge. And the third state is for those who seek to attain to and connect with a reality that's beyond the mind and beyond the senses. And these are those who arrive at truth. There's a story of a merchant who had a daughter who was beautiful beyond measure, renowned for her exquisite qualities and appearance. And she had 3 suitors who sought her hand in marriage. They were all 3 of high caliber quality beings. And it was left from the merchant to his daughter for the daughter to choose which one of these 3 who would be her husband. Now the merchant was quite perplexed because his daughter did not seem to be able to choose between the 3. But in that time she became more and more pale and more wan until she faded away and died. Now the 3 suitors took her to the graveside and buried her. The first suitor remained in vigil at her graveside, seeking to connect with her spirit. The second suitor became a wandering fakir, seeking knowledge. And the third became like a son-in-law to the family, the father, the merchant, giving solace, material aid and comfort to the merchant and his family. Now the second suitor, who became the wandering fakir, in his wanderings came across a place where he met a wizard and was invited to the wizard's house. And in the course of the dinner that they had there, the wizard's grandchild, began to cry. So the wizard picked up the small child and threw it in the fire. And the fakir, the young man, jumped up and said, "I found myself in a house of demons." But the wizard looked at him knowingly and said, "All that one perceives is not always as it seems." And with that, he took out of his pocket an emblem on which was a design. And with that, he said an incantation. And the young child walked out of the fire unscathed. Now The young man, the budding fakir, hurried off and was able to readily find this emblem with its design in the marketplace, readily available, and he had carefully remembered the incantation that the wizard had spoken. So he hurried to the graveside of the beautiful being, and in a thrice, in the blink of an eye, the beautiful being appeared well and as beautiful as always. Now the three suitors got into heated debate as to who could be and should be chosen as her husband. The first saying, "I kept vigil at her grave side unceasingly." The second saying, "I found the emblem and the incantation that brought her back to life." And the third said, "And I became the solace and comfort and provider to her family," each claiming her hand in marriage. The question that arises from this story is, who did the beautiful maiden choose as her husband, and why? The one who kept vigil at her graveside, seeking to connect with her spirit? The second, who wandered as a fakir, seeking knowledge, magic, powers? And the third, who served and gave? Who did the beautiful being choose, and why? What is it that arises from this place that we arrive at after meditating, where we're connected with that which lies beyond the mind and the senses? What is the truth in this story? Who did the maiden choose? None?
None. It's not it.
I feel the third one.
The third? Mm-hmm.
Because she was married to support the family, to make a husband, husband. So he kept the house warm and that everything is ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say I was a wanderer.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I think those that were tending the house, that's a beautiful thing to do, but that's not tending her.
Mm-hmm.
That's falling into social obligation.
Mm-hmm.
And the one that was looking at the grave certainly wasn't in the present.
No.
And the wanderer was the one that was truly seeking.
Okay.
And he's the one found.
Mm-hmm.
could be the first. Because the first one was just there all the time, focused on whatever was happening, focused on that particular dead girl. You know what I mean? So it could have been him, the first one.
So we really have to look at what this beautiful being represents in this story. What is it that she represents for us in this story, this beautiful being?
Well, it's that it's that thing about nurturing that spiritual thing, and if you don't nurture it, well then it dies.
Right.
So maybe it was the second one, because the second one